Grant, a little bit of time has gone now. You've managed to get your feet under the table, as it were. How are you enjoying this coaching role here at Posh?
I'm loving it. Obviously, it was a decision I had to make, obviously, in terms of my playing. But I never wanted to leave this place. It was one of those things, and now I'm back. I'm enjoying it. Being amongst the lads again, who are a great bunch, and they've responded in the past 10 or 11 days. The response has been unbelievable. The enjoyment's back. They're smiling, they're laughing, they're joking, and most importantly, they're getting results. That's the main thing. You've
had a wealth of experience during your playing career, played at many clubs. What makes Posh the club for you? What makes this club so close to your heart?
I've been here 5 years. I've got a great relationship with the fans. The players are brilliant. Everyone around the ground, I've got so much respect for, and I just enjoy being here. Being here and playing for them, and now coaching them is just, it's a dream come true for me, and long may it continue.
You went away to Linfield, your boyhood club, to be able to carry on playing the games. At what point was it where you thought, do you know what, I either A, miss the club, or B, want to do this coaching? Or at what stage was it where you thought, actually, this probably wasn't the best decision for me?
To be honest, it was the right decision at the right time. I always wanted to play for Linfield. Simple as that. It's a club I supported as a kid. I went over there, I played for them, I scored for them. 2 things I wanted to do, I've done it. It was a bit of a shame to leave so early, but when I was here the last time as a player coach, I was in a bit of a catch-22 situation. I didn't know whether it was, nothing was made black and white to me that you're a coach or you're a player. I didn't know where I stood, sort of thing, and it was a weird situation. Now I know where I stand. I'm coaching these players with Robbo and Aaron McCann, and the response, like I say, the response we've had this past 10, 11 days has been immense by every single one of them. The games, they've been outstanding. Training, they've been enjoyable for them. They've enjoyed every minute of it. They're back in today again with smiles on their faces, and none of them's probably had any sleep last night. So, everything's going well, and like I say, hopefully it continues.
How difficult has the transition been from playing to coaching? Because you hear a lot, in the media of players leaving the game and struggling to leave the game. Even if they're going to coaching, they're struggling. They're missing the playing side. How have you found that transition, and at the point that you're at now, how are you feeling?
It goes back to, if I know where I am, then I'm fine. I know I'm here as a coach, simple as that. Playing doesn't even enter my mind no more. I'm enjoying it. I've always said I wanted to be a coach, stroke manager one day, hopefully. But for me at the minute, I need to learn off Robbo, and I've said it on numerous occasions, there's no better man to learn off. The 7 or 8 weeks I was in here with him with the youth team, just the way he goes about his day-to-day job, he gets the players 100% committed, even in the training sessions. Enjoyment, smile on their faces, and that's what obviously me and Aaron's going to bring to the lads as well, being amongst the changing rooms. Open to them to come and speak to us and ask us what they'd prefer to do, and I think that's really important. I think the players putting their views across to the staff is really important as well.
This change that's happened, relatively, it only happened a few weeks back. It's very raw still, but the change has been dramatic, hasn't it? You've been a player here. You were a player here from under the last regime. You're here now watching this as part of this. What are the differences? Why is it so different? Because it's vast, isn't it?
I think, to be honest with you, we've got a young changing room. A lot of them need an arm around the shoulder, and when you do that to some young lads, you get a response from them. Simple as that. We've had a response from every single one of them. I was just speaking to Aaron there, where in times gone past, when we've won games, we've been carrying maybe 1 or 2 players, and we've still won games. The last 2 games, I think we haven't carried 1 player. Every single player's been outstanding. The boys who've come off the bench have been outstanding. The lads who haven't been involved have been outstanding. Their reactions is second to none, and that's really important for us to keep everyone together, because we're going to need the lads who aren't playing at the minute. We're going to need the lads who weren't involved, and you see little Harry Anderson got his debut as well, which is brilliant for him, brilliant for the academy, and it's just keeping everyone happy around the camp, enjoying their training again. play with a smile on your face, go and express yourself, and play with no pressure. Simple as that. Take one game as it comes. No talks about the playoffs or anything like that. We're trying to keep everything in house. We'll think about the next game, and that's late night.
So was that sort of thing not going on under the previous regime? Was the arm around the shoulder not happening? Was the asking the players to go out and express themselves not happening?
Listen, I don't know which way. I can't tell you what way the players are thinking under the previous regime. That's not for me to say. All I know is they weren't expressing themselves as they can do in games. But now you see a different side. I've heard people talk about Michael Bostwick can't play centre midfield. If there's a better centre midfielder in this league, judging on his last two performances, I haven't seen it. Simple as that.
With Robbo, there's fans out there that probably quite rightly don't know much about him. Probably feel he's a bit inexperienced for this position. You know him well. You've spent a lot of time with Robbo through the years. What qualities has Robbo brought to this table?
He's brought commitment. He's brought his team talks before the game. I haven't heard the changing room like that for years. Just when he finishes his team talk, like you'd have got 3 or 4 people saying, "Come on." The changing room, the roar goes up in the changing room before we go out. Just little things that make the players believe that they're going to get a result. He drums it into them day in, day out. To go and enjoy yourself, but most importantly, work hard and work hard for each other. And it's those qualities they may sound simple things, but for young lads, they definitely make a difference.
And you get the impression that the players, are not just playing for them; they're playing for you group of coaches as well. And I think the game last night against Sheffield United, for example, that togetherness at the end there, that's quite rare to have, isn't it, in a football club?
It is. The biggest thing for me last night was, I think Robbo's mentioned it, was the lads getting around Rico when he made a mistake, because he's done one thing wrong in 180 minutes of football. He's been outstanding, and to think he was frozen out for so long before this was to bring him back in alongside Gabby. He's not going to learn of anybody better than Gabby. We spoke to him last night about it. I said the way he goes about his day-to-day business, the way if he loses a header, he'll win the next 10, and that's little things like that we're trying to drum into Rico. The way the players got around him last night was, it was second to none. And I said to Rico after the game, I said, listen, it may be next week you need to get around one of your teammates because they have made a mistake. So just remember those little things, and it's just brought everyone together again. After the game, it was the right thing to do. Our fans, listen, 500 fans come down on a Tuesday night, outstanding again, still singing when we were 1-0 down. So they even believed that we were going to get a result. We believed in the bench. It would have been a travesty if we hadn't come away with a result last night. And to get the 3 points was phenomenal. Great finish from Connor.
How impressed have you been with how the fans have taken to this change as well? Because it can be so upheaving, not just for the players, for everyone involved in the football club, but for the fans as well. But they've seemed to take it really, really well and get behind the team. And I think the last, 3 games, even the MK game, they've sounded their support massively, and it helps, doesn't it?
It's massive. I mean, the fans have always, especially the away fans, have always got behind us. Obviously, the fans want to see a team that are going to go out there and give every single thing for this football club. If they see that, then they're going to give the players the backing. Simple as that. I think they've seen that. Even to go in the second half of the MK Dons game, the players responded from being 3-0 down. And especially the last 2 games, they've seen a team that wants to win every ball, that wants to win second balls, that wants to tidy things up and Jack Payne and play. And we've got a team that's working. They know their jobs, simple as that. Everyone knows their jobs from everything, and we're getting the response from it. And
finally, Leyton Orient coming up. That's it's a completely different test. I suppose all these last 3 games they're all different tests in a sense, and this one, it's just about continuing, the momentum that we've got. Yeah, definitely. I mean, this is going to be the hardest one of the 2. When you win 2 in the bounce, it's always the next one that the players have got to stay focused on. It's going to be another tough game. We've beaten them down there. We've had some previous against them in playoffs last year and stuff like that. So we'll be making the players aware of that. And we just got to go and do exactly the same we've done the last 2 games. Go out and enjoy it. Go out, play with freedom, play with a smile on your face, go and express yourself. And if you do that with 100% commitment, you'll have the fans behind you, and you'll have everybody in the stadium behind you.